Let's go over a couple of practice problems for this week's discussion quiz. Both are going to involve taking derivatives of functions, and we do not need to simplify our answers to receive full credit. Starting with f of x, I see that we have a fraction, and so I immediately think that we have to use the quotient rule. And just a reminder of that, if you divide two functions u and v and you take their derivative, the rule is you take the derivative of the top, multiply by the bottom, subtract the top times the derivative of the bottom all over the bottom, the denominator, squared. So here, f prime of x is equal to, if we first differentiate the top, that is 2x plus 2. If we just multiply by the denominator, 1 plus cosine of x, I just copy it down. We then subtract the numerator, x squared plus 2x plus 1, but then we multiply by the denominator. The derivative of 1 is 0. The derivative of cosine is minus sine of x, and that is it. This whole thing is divided by the denominator, so that is 1 plus cosine of x, and that is the denominator squared. This, unsimplified, is the derivative of f prime of x. In part B, we're going to take the derivative of g of x, which is a composition of two functions. This means we're going to use the chain rule when differentiating the composition. The composition we have is the square root is the outside function, and the thing composed inside of it is this polynomial, 1 minus 2x plus 3x squared minus 4x cubed. In order to use the derivative rules that we have, instead of writing the root symbol, I'm going to use the 1/2 power exponent, and I'll copy down the 1 minus 2x plus 3x squared minus 4x cubed inside of that. So what we do is we pretend that the thing composed inside the root function is acting like the variable x. This means we bring down the 1/2, copy down the inside, and subtract 1 from the exponent. So that is g prime of x is equal to, bring down the 1/2, copy down the inside, subtract 1 from the exponent. 1 from a half, that's 1/2 minus 2/2, negative 1/2. And then we multiply by the derivative of all of this stuff. Let me fix that so it actually looks a little bit more like a2. That was supposed to be a2. When you take the derivative of just this part, just the thing composed in the root function, by the chain rule, that's going to go here. The derivative of 1 goes to 0. Minus 2x has a derivative of minus 2. If you take the derivative of 3x squared, that is 6x. And then lastly, we have the derivative of minus 4x cubed. That's minus 12x squared. So here we go. Unsimplified, this is the derivative of the function g. Let me make that look a little bit more like subtraction. So that was minus 12x squared. Well, anyways, this is the final answer to this problem.